Today I want to build a knife block out of Alder that I have laying around. This is my first project where I'm processing wood from a slab directly into a piece. I will go through resawing and planing before I can start actually building. I will use a piece out of the slab, and these are pieces that I had laying around from my first attempt building a knife block that didn't went so well. I start out with cutting out the actual material that I need from the slab, and this cut was a little sketchy because, as you might see, this slab is twisted and cupped and everything, so it was not laying flat on my miter saw. Now to planing. I have my planer built in under my table saw workbench that I also made a video on, and this seems to work perfectly for me. I don't want to lose too much material thickness, but what I didn't know at that point is that the rollers in my planer will push the wood down, and if you put in cupped wood, you will get out cupped wood. I guess that's what a jointer is for. So I just cut everything to size, and then I made a joining jig for my planer. For that I used this piece of chipwood that I had laying around and a small piece of plywood. Now I can place the wood down and support all the edges so it will stay like this when the rollers push it down. That worked somewhat well, because the joining jig didn't get pushed through and the wood just slided over it, but it came out as it should. Now that everything is nice and flat, I cut everything to final size. Now that knife block has a very specific design, as you might already saw in the thumbnail. I need to cut in very thin slots into the wood, and both of the sides need to be exactly the same. So to get that, I glue both pieces together with some tape in between so I can remove it easily. And then I need to make these cuts on a cross-cut sled. So I've built this cross-cut sled particular for this project, and if you're interested on how I made it, I posted a video to that last week. So I didn't did the math on all the cuts, so I eyeballed the first one and then just measured from there. That also means I have to trim the sides a little bit. I want to join everything together with box joints, so I move over to my router table and my box jointing jig, which is already prepared. So my router table is in a very dark corner of my small workshop, and my box joining jig is only working this way. I gave everything a rough sand, because after putting it together it will be hard to get in there with the sander. So the box joints were very tight. I need to adjust my jig a little bit, but eventually I got everything in. I think the box joints by itself would be strong enough, but I also put a little bit of glue in, so I was under time pressure and I was struggling to get everything square. I also need all the thin pieces that go into the small cuts on the top of the knife block. And that was really tricky and a process that took me a few days. I just quickly made a little zero clearance jig, and then I only made a few at a time because it was stressing my table saw and it was stressing me as well. So there was one done, I only need 14 more. cut the length of them a little bit oversized, so I can flush everything later with a pull saw. And then I put all 15 of them in, sanded everything and finished it with a food safe oil. Thank you for watching.